Hello there, you're watching Lockpicking Legend, and an amazing amount of new subscribers. Incredible response to the last video, the Banham cross-section video. So thank you all for that. And one of the comments in particular struck me because someone said, can you do a cross-section of a serrated core lock? Now I've had this lock that you can see on the screen laying around for years, and as you can see, it's got a serrated core. It's also got a serrated driver pin. Now I always assumed that this was homemade. I mean, it just hasn't got the tolerances, it doesn't have the precision of a machine manufactured lock. But when someone else mentioned a serrated core, well, I got on Google. Nothing. Nada, nil, naught, niche. So I emailed a friend of mine. He's got a lesser known lockpicking channel called The Lockpicking Lawyer. And he got back to me and said, you're listening to The Lockpicking Lawyer, and if we're talking about the same thing, the serrated core is something that many of the new asses have. So apparently, many of the new asses have this serrated core. So let's jump in, and I've got this little, what I think is a homemade serrated core, and see how we pick it like legends. Now, as you can see, you've got the serrated driver pin and the serrated core. So the serrations get stuck in the serrations in the core. Now, with most of these things, it looks harder than it is. Now, that doesn't mean it's easy. And I'll tell you what, I've got so used to picking these cross sections going round the back of the lock. If ever anyone needs the lock opened from the reverse end, I think I'm the world champion at wrong end lock picking. I mean, if you can come up with a better name, reverse inverse picking or something. But look, so here's the problem. It's like a standard. It's like a standard serrated driver, but you've got the added problem of, and you can really clearly see those serrations now. So the way to defeat it, I mean, you're going to get nothing just by pushing down on it, even when they're all nicely aligned like that, because it's just going to get, if you over tension it, that's what happens. I suppose what you're really getting is a normal serrated driver, but with more than one aspect of the core causing problems. You haven't only got the outer edge of the core, you've got those other serrations. So it's a question of, you get a slight bit of counter rotation, nothing like a spool pin, but after the counter rotation, you just have to let off the tension a little bit and put a little bit of pressure on it. I mean, I'll tell you what, actually, from doing this a few times now, it's like picking a driver pin that is many spool pins, if that makes sense. It's just a question of feeling whether you're getting that tiny bit of counter rotation, nowhere near as much as you do with a spool pin, letting off the tension a bit, and then giving it a little nudge like that. And there you're done. It's not actually that complicated, but I'm not surprised to find out the likes of ASSA are manufacturing these serrated cores, because it does add more hassle to picking it. So there you go, just a short video, the serrated core. Let me know in the comments if you've come across a serrated core, if you've come across a mass-produced one. Let me know your thoughts on picking them. Let me know what videos you want to see. Let me know if there's any cross-sections you want to see. A thumbs up would be really nice. A subscription would be, you guessed it, legendary. See you next week.